Vision IB, where physics becomes clarity.
So hello, my dear student. Hope you are doing well. This is our fifth lecture on thermodynamics, and in this lecture, we are going to cover the concept of heat engine, refrigerator. We will also study about the efficiency of a heat engine. We will study the coefficient of performance of a refrigerator, and finally, we will compare the heat engine and the refrigerator all together. So, without wasting any further time, let's start with the concept of heat engine. So what is heat engine? In simple definition, if you ask me heat engine, so heat engine is a device that converts heat energy into mechanical work. You supply heat energy and that heat energy gets converted into mechanical work, right? So what are the, like, if you ask me what are the basic examples of a heat engine, so right from steam engine to petrol engine, diesel engine, gas turbine, thermal power turbine, all these are the examples of a heat engine. So heat engine is not at all that complicated, it is simple. So I'll explain you in simple words. Let's have a look at it. So heat engine mainly consists of three things. First, there is a working substance. Second, we need to have an external reservoir which is at a higher temperature. We need to have one more external reservoir which is at the lower temperature. And if you want to know about the working substance, so working substance may be anything. Like for example, if it's a steam engine, the working substance may be steam. Or if it's a gasoline engine, if it's a diesel engine or a petrol engine, you have gasoline and petrol as a working substance. So if I were to explain you this reservoir at the higher temperature and what is external reservoir at the lower temperature, let's have a look at this diagram. So from this diagram, you can see that there is one hot reservoir at higher temperature and there is one at cold reservoir at lower temperature. So what basically working of a heat engine is, it takes heat from the hot reservoir and supplies it to the cold reservoir. And in this process, whatever heat is lost is converted into work by the heat engine. So we can see the difference. Q1 is the heat from the hot reservoir and Q2 is the heat from the cold reservoir, and that difference is converted into work by heat engine. So this is the concept of a heat engine. So hope you understood what is heat engine and what is hot reservoir and what is cold reservoir. So after we understood the working of a heat engine, let's see the mathematical expression for a heat engine, and we will see if 100% efficient heat engine is, if a 100% efficient heat engine is possible or not. So if I draw a basic diagram of a heat engine, we can see that this is a heat engine. I supply some heat Q1 to the heat engine. Some work is done by the heat engine and the remaining heat is, that is Q2, is rejected to the surrounding. So I can say that work done by the heat engine is equals to Q1 minus Q2, where Q1 is the heat input to the heat engine. Now we will look at the efficiency of a heat engine. So the efficiency of the heat engine is given by eta, that is W by Q1. Now what is this W? W is the work done by the heat engine, and Q1 is the heat supplied to the heat engine. So now I can write eta as W by Q1, where W is work done, as I explained earlier. So now this work done can be written as the difference of Q1 minus Q2 by Q1. So hope you understand what I'm trying to say in this equation. So now I can write this equation as 1 minus Q2 by Q1 is the same equation, but it is in different format. So don't get confused by it. Now the question comes, is a 100% efficient heat engine possible? Like, what do you mean by the 100% heat, 100% efficient heat engine? Like, for the 100% heat, 100% efficient heat engine, the efficiency must be equal to 1. Now look at this equation carefully. In order to be the efficiency equal to 1 or 100% efficient, I need Q2 to be equal to 0. Like, the heat rejected to the surrounding must be equal to 0 in order to be the 100% possible efficient heat engine. So in this case, what will happen if the Q2 is 0, heat rejected to the surrounding is 0? If we say that, what does that mean? It simply means that whatever heat that you supplied to the heat engine got converted into work. So if I rearrange this equation, suppose, let's assume it never happens, efficiency cannot be equal to 1. So for an efficiency to be equal to 1, I need Q2 to be equal to 0, which is not possible. So I say that efficiency cannot be equal to 1, or 100% efficient heat engine is not possible. So efficiency cannot be equal to 1. So hope you understand the efficiency of a heat engine, and if you find any complications, please do let me know in the comments below. Now, after we cover the concept of a heat engine, we will look at the concept of a refrigerator. So a refrigerators are completely opposite to the heat engine. So in heat engine, used to take heat from the hot reservoir and supply it to the cold reservoir, and the remaining work was done. But in case of a refrigerator, in the refrigerator is a some kind of is a device that removes heat from cold space and release into the warmer place. What do you mean by that? Is a heat reservoir takes heat from a cold reservoir, that is Q2, and supply it to the hot reservoir, that is Q1. And in this case, work is done on refrigerator. If we were to look at the equation of a work done on a refrigerator, it is like the work done is equals to Q1 minus Q2, where Q2 is the heat taken from the cold reservoir and Q1 is the heat rejected back to the hot reservoir. Some of the examples of the refrigerator are your kitchen refrigerator, air conditioner, and deep freezer. Now let's have a look at the coefficient of performance of a refrigerator. Like in heat engine, we had the concept of efficiency, but in refrigerator, we have the concept of coefficient of performance. So in simple words, the coefficient of performance of a refrigerator tells us how good or effective the refrigerator is at cooling. So it may be defined as the ratio of useful cooling heat taken from the cold space and the work done, electricity supplied to the ratio of the work done, like the electricity supplied to the reservoir. In simple terms, if I were to tell you, it's like suppose we have a refrigerator and we have this cold reservoir and we have this hot reservoir. So what is happening? The it will take heat, that is Q2, from the cold reservoir and will transfer it to the hot reservoir, that is Q1. And in that case, work will be done on refrigerator. So I hope you are clear with the concept of a refrigerator. Now let me explain you the concept of coefficient of performance. The coefficient of performance is denoted by alpha. So the coefficient of performance, as you can see from this equation, it can be written as Q2 by work done. So this is W is the work done on the refrigerator and Q2 is the heat taken out from the cold reservoir. So now, as we knew that efficiency of a heat engine can never be equal to 1, similarly we can say that the coefficient of performance of a refrigerator cannot be equal to infinity. It can be greater than 1, but it cannot be infinity. Now let's decode why the coefficient of performance cannot be equal to infinity. Suppose we know that the coefficient of performance is given by Q2 by W. for the coefficient of performance to be infinity, I need work done to be equal to 0. But this is not the case. This never happens in case of a refrigerator. Work done cannot be equal to 0. Therefore, I can say that the coefficient of performance cannot be equal to infinity. Now, after you understood the concept of a heat engine and a refrigerator in simplest manner, now let's have a comparison table of a heat engine and a refrigerator. So here we have the comparison sheet of a heat engine and a refrigerator. So we will look at the purpose. The first thing is purpose. So what is the purpose of a heat engine? Heat engine converts heat into useful work, while the refrigerator removes heat from cold space and rejects it into the hot space. So hope you are clear with this, because I have explained you earlier about this. Now, if we were look at the concept of heat absorb, what is heat absorb? So in the heat engine, Q1 is from hot reservoir, and in case of a refrigerator, Q2 is from cold reservoir. The heat absorbed is from the cold reservoir, and in the heat engine, the heat is absorbed from the hot reservoir. So if we were to, now we will have a look at the concept of heat rejected. So Q2 is the amount of heat rejected to the cold reservoir in case of heat engine, but in case of a refrigerator, Q1 is the heat rejected to the hot reservoir. And work done, again same, there is not much different. Work done is given by Q1 minus Q2, and similarly for the refrigerator, work done is given by Q1 minus Q2. In case of refrigerator, we have the efficiency concept, and in case of a refrigerator, we have the concept of coefficient of performance to measure the performance. Similarly, the formula is same, like for the heat engine, we have efficiency as work done upon heat taken from the hot reservoir, which can be written as 1 minus Q2 by Q1. So this is the formula for efficiency of a heat engine. Similarly, for refrigerator, we have the coefficient of performance, that is COP, which can be written as Q2 divided by Q1 minus Q2, as you can see from the example. So if we were to look at the direction of operation, it will be clear, it will be more clearer to you. So in the direction of operation, heat flows naturally from hot to cold part, and in case of a refrigerator, heat flows from cold to hot using external work. Examples of a heat engine, as discussed earlier, it is steam engine, petrol engine, power plant turbines. And in case of a refrigerator, we have household refrigerator, air conditioner, and deep freezers. So hope you understand this comparison table of heat engine and refrigerator. Now, after covering all those concepts of heat engine and refrigerator, let's try some numericals on heat engine. So let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at one question. So what does this question say? A heat engine receives heat at the rate of 1200 kilojoule per minute and produces an output of 6.8 kilowatt. We have to find the thermal efficiency of an engine and the rate of heat rejection. So if we look at the given data, we see that a heat engine is receiving a heat at the rate of 1200 kilojoule per minute. So heat engine is receiving a heat. So it can be written as Q1 is equals to 1200 kilojoule per minute, which we have to convert it into kilojoules per second, which can be written as 1200 by 60 kilojoules per second, which is 20 kilojoules per second, right? Now, as the question said, it produces an output of 6.8 kilowatt. So output means what? The work done. So the work done by the heat engine is 6.8 kilowatt, which is equals to 6.8 kilojoules per second. Now we have to find now here we have to find the rate of heat rejection, that is Q2. So if I draw a simple diagram, we have this heat source that is Q1, which is equals to 20 kilojoules per second. We have a heat engine that work done by the heat engine is given by Q1 minus Q2, where Q2 is the heat rejected to the surrounding, that is heat sink 2. Now we have to find this Q2 and we have to find the work done, right? So let's have a look at the question. We will also have to find the efficiency, thermal efficiency of the engine. So we know that the thermal efficiency is given as work output divided by heat supplied, right? So it can be further written as we know that the work output is 6.8 kilojoules per second and the heat supplied is 20 kilojoules per second into 100. Sorry, we don't need to multiply it by 100 because we're finding the percentage of efficiency. So the efficiency comes out to be 34%. So that is our efficiency. Now we have to find the heat rejection, the rate of heat rejection. So the rate of heat rejection can be found out by the formula of work, as we know that work done is equals to Q1 minus Q2, as we discussed earlier in the explanation of a heat engine. So now if I substitute the values, I need to find the heat rejection, that is Q2. So I will rearrange this equation as Q2 is equals to Q1 minus W. Now I need to find the Q2. So Q1 is given to be 20 kilojoules per second minus work done is 6.8. So this gives me Q2, that is rate of heat rejection, to be 13.2 kilojoules per second. So that is our final answer. So we found out the efficiency of a heat engine to be 34% and the amount of heat rejected to the surrounding to be 13.2 kilojoules per second. So hope you understood this video, you like this numerical. If you want more numericals, please do let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't watched my other videos on thermodynamics, please go and watch. The link is in the description. And this was our 5th lecture on thermodynamics. Next, we will cover the concept of Carnot cycle. So thank you. Please like, share and subscribe.
If this helped you understand physics better, like the video, share it with friends, and subscribe to Vision IB.